Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? Let's go this way first here. How are you all doing? Well, there are days when I feel like I'm expected to do the following. And if I don't do any of these things, somehow I'm not being a loyal American, quote unquote. So these are the things that I'm expected to do. At least, if I don't do them, I feel like I'm being viewed by the government, by the establishment, and by, well, more disreputable aspects in American society. If I don't do them, those folks will have an eye on me, basically. So I need to be buying stuff. It doesn't matter what it is, I just need to be buying stuff. If I'm not buying anything, I'm saving my money. The more I get saved up, the more I feel like I become a target from the government itself, or from innumerable other organizations that just want my money. How many of you feel just like that? Heck, you might not even live in the United States and you feel like that. So, just like George Carlin's mentioned before in his stand-up, that's one of the great responsibilities of the American people is to buy stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're not buying stuff, you're not contributing to society, you're not contributing to the economy. We all buy stuff. It's just a question of how often and how much and what do we need it for and stuff. So people that spend more money than they have, they get in trouble. And so in that case, we have, of course, the way credit card companies work. They work out, they have these plans, right? It's all about getting as much money as they can out of us. That's what that whole thing is all about. But let's move on from there. How many of you guys are getting letters from the IRS and with the mail being slow, where, well, there's a question of whether or not you just agree with what you owe or whatever, if you owe anything extra, because we're confused as heck about taxes anyway. And then you get something the day of, the day after, or after some deadline, or there's interest. So you're like, there's no way I knew I had to pay this. Why the heck should I pay interest? And so then they nickel and dime you. And then how many of you guys trying to call them? And when you finally get through to somebody, the only thing that they can do on the other end is just echo whatever's in the letter. They don't have any authority to change anything, or they have to go to somebody else. How many of you guys are experiencing that? Well, let's just not stop there. These are all things that are affecting me, by the way, folks. These are not just hypothetical things. Don't worry, it's very workable. Just one more thing I have to deal with it. So then, on top of all this, we have rising food prices. Rising food prices, isn't that awesome? Hey, don't we love paying more for the same stuff? More for the same stuff. Just today, just today I was trying to get a little bit of food storage going again, other than beans and stuff. So I bought some canned fruit and some canned meats and stuff. Because if I buy canned vegetables, I'm going to probably just forget about them, right? I eat my vegetables, I just tend to forget about the stuff in the cans. Oh, it's food storage, right? But it's not as tasty, so I'm probably forgetting about it. It'll probably go bad. It's just not a good idea to buy canned vegetables. It's always better to have a garden. But, that whole train of thought. I could definitely eat canned vegetables. I just have a really much more of a possibility of forgetting about those bad boys. So, the meat. It's not that it's all that much more expensive than it used to be. I got some canned corned beef hash. I don't eat corned beef very often at all. But it's great food storage food. I'm going to go back this way again. Just for a bit. It's great in your food storage. A can of corned beef hash. Just a regular size can. Not a small one, not a big one or anything. Costs like $4.50, almost $5. Get this though. If you want roast beef, I guess some kind of gravy. I just got a can about the same size, as wider, not quite as high. Maybe slightly smaller than that corned beef. Costs close to $6. $6 for canned corned beef. I'm sorry, canned roast beef. And unfortunately, of course, the chili and the beef tamales are nice and cheap, like $2 a can. And that is just canned food. Canned food, that's to be El Cheapo stuff. Now I haven't been back to Whole Foods or PCC in a bit. I don't even know what their prices are like now. I've heard things like prices are going up in grocery stores. I haven't really seen anything drastic. Paying $2 for celery. That's something I've done before, but that's only because I buy organic celery and I've got it at ritzy places. I think I might even pay $3 for celery before. So I don't notice it with that stuff. And celery and carrots and onions, they're really cheap foods. I haven't, but to be perfectly honest, and QFC has these great sales, so I'm able to do okay. Again, I haven't seen anything drastic. There's some things, and one of the things, a few things that I see on the rise in particular, well, you guys know this already, it's beef. Beef prices and they're artificially high. It's not because we're running out of cows or beef cattle. There's some ranchers, and I've watched on YouTube that talk about this very subject. It's really corrupt. What's happening is definitely has nothing to do with the ranchers. It has to do with the companies that are basically like the big ones, like I don't know, Tyson and what are the other, like the big meat companies, the big ones. They're all about increasing their bottom line, seeing what they can get away with, and giving the customer the lowest quality beef that they can get away with. And they're charging through the roof, through the nose, for better quality cuts of beef. It's like, I haven't, since I lived in my new place, I haven't really eaten very much beef. It's just been a little bit of tri-tip steaks, and so but I'm aware of this, and so I'm looking at getting some beef at some point from Frank Tufano. But that, you can't really see the beef before it comes. You just have, so I'll see what. But anyway. Aside from beef, though, well, I don't know. I think for what I buy, I'm not noticing anything out of the ordinary. But that's because what I've spent in the past on food has been pretty high, so it's nothing I'm, the problem would be if you have, if you guys are used to shopping at like really El Cheapo places just because you're trying to save as much money as possible, like grocery outlet and stuff, and or Walmart, or at least Walmart in the past, or if you're just trying to save money, basically, if that's where you're used to shopping, then you're probably going to notice things are just not quite as dirt cheap as they used to be. And apologize about the crazy Everett drivers. I don't know what's going on. I promise they're not too crazy. At least I don't know. So, okay. So, by the way, I have a new student tomorrow. You can probably guess they're a piano student. I haven't had any brass students, horn students for a long time. I want more horn students. I want more horn students. Some guy's acting weird. I don't know. And then I don't know. Anyway, these are somewhat less stressful things, I suppose. But there's still some other things that are on my mind I want to talk about here for a bit. So recently, by the way, on YouTube, I've been watching some John Burke. And I've been watching some health stuff, Dr. Mandel, and of course my more relaxy stuff. Check it out, ASMR, but it's unintentional ASMR, of course. And some other stuff I just trying to place it exactly. I kind of feel like well, this is getting back to the earlier train of thought. The other thing is that the things that you're expected to do by the establishment and the Illuminati. So if I am trying to be a virtuous person, principled religious person, and I'm not listening to top 40 pop crap, and I'm not watching hardly any of that crap they put on movies, or they think movies, and believe me, I got 6 different movies recently, 6, and I looked really hard at Fred Meyer, really hard. I know you guys are saying, oh, I should just stream. I have Netflix. I should get more streaming services. I should spend tons of money again on TV. No. And I have paying whatever I pay, $10 a month is plenty for TV. Anyway, so I got some new movies. I was looking forward to watching them. One of them was pretty good. The other one sucked. And it looked like it was pretty good. Phobias was freaking intense but it wasn't. I don't know. It was very dark and it just kind of alienated me. There's a lot of stuff about it that I was like, is this a movie or is this like somebody unloading some serious crap on me? Serious psychological crap. like, do you ever watch a movie and you're just like, whoever made this is maybe they're not personally going through stuff, but maybe they know people that are really messed up in the head, and that's what this movie's all about, is people that are really messed up in the head. Or they're good people or they're bad people. I don't mind watching. I love to watch trippy stuff. That's just fine. It was just so. I was expecting something different. I was expecting something frightening. It was much more lowbrow than it was frightening. And kind of disappointing. Maybe I'll see it again and hopefully maybe I missed some stuff. Maybe it might make it better. So the other movie I saw, I can't remember its name. This black guy. Most people in this movie, it's all good. Most people were black, and it was about this guy who got some black guy and his family. He got stranded flying a plane in the south, I think, and I'm not sure what this guy is. Anyway, this guy in a car ahead of me. Not sure what's going on there. What is going on with this guy? I don't know what he's doing. So.
Do you have a 7526s?
7526?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Sorry. Okay. Anyway. I guess that was what that was about. I'm not sure where they were. Okay. So, there were 2 sci-fi movies I was going to still see. And then another movie I haven't seen yet. Some kind of LA gang thing. And then, what was the other one? Anyway. But I looked through the entire store, the entire electronics department, trying to find something decent to watch. I mean, it was maddening. They had Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4 for like $14, which is actually a pretty good deal, but I've seen those movies so many times that it's like, it's just gonna be a waste. And they had Godfather, the trilogy, for about the same amount. And again, the same deal. I've seen them so many times that I was just like, but I can see people getting those movies, so they're great. Both those guys are great movies. I think, is it Alexander Salkind or some of the same? There's some similar guys that are involved in both movies. Well, of course, Marlon Brando, of course, but it wasn't really much out there, folks. It was pathetic. I mean, like, oh yeah, that's what I got for like $5. I got a Dwayne The Rock Johnson action movie. Maybe I'll see that one. Yeah, I mean, like, I was looking at the best, like, the movies that were made in previous decades. It was. And even like ABC Circle Films and the stuff on YouTube that you can watch for free from the 80s and stuff, 70s, 80s. I mean, it's a complete utter joke. It's a joke what's happening these days with TV. Some of the best script writers are people that are in the industry writing scripts for stuff. You know, seems like, again, the best movies tend to be rated R, and they tend to be, or worse, or they're really bad rated R. And what does it even mean anymore? It's just ratings are meaningless almost. You can't. I just want to see like a good fantasy adventure film. That's or 2 or 3 or 4. Come on now. It doesn't have to. I want to be original, of course, but I mean, it's like. Or it's like a sci-fi. I guess I could pass for a sci-fi. Or at the very least something frightening. It isn't super cheesy. But no, just like, it hasn't. We're now 2021. I remember back to 2015, 6 years ago. It's kind of the same deal. It's a little better than maybe, slightly better. Movies like The Hunger Games, everybody loved it because it wasn't crap. Whatever isn't crap, people just think is amazing. Well, it's not amazing, it's just not crap. And it used to be in Hollywood that, I mean, you might still have crappy movies, but it's a bit more, they're so common these days. You get one good movie that might not be your favorite kind of genre out of 50 movies. Because movies are just being made left and right, especially independent movies, and most of them suck to high heaven. And the bratty little girls that are on there, and the cheesy B-budget horror, they're all the same characters. I've mentioned this before in other videos you guys have. It's the same freaking characters. I don't even have to tell you who they are. I think you guys already know what the kind of characters these are. Who wants to keep paying money for that crap? And that's what's literally Netflix. Just give me 100 great movies, mediocre movies at that. I'll pay for that. Don't give me 1,000 crappy movies. I'm not gonna want to watch any of them. 10,000 crappy. It doesn't matter how many crappy movies you make. The more of them doesn't help. 1 or 2 or 10, whatever it is, decent movies, good movies, will be watched, will be loved. People will pay to watch that stuff. There was an ASMR artist. Oh, sure, you can use that term, I suppose, but loosely, I suppose. There's a gentleman's collaboration with this guy. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's a nice guy. It's not everybody's thing, and I think sometimes ASMR can get kind of weird, but of course it's weird. It's a weird to begin with. But the autosensory motor response thing is not weird. That's not the weird part. It's just, well, so people in the comments are saying to this channel, this guy, they're saying, I don't know why so many people are out right now. Sorry. They're saying, along with, oh, how handsome he is, and oh, all the women, right? Oh, man. It doesn't cause me to think less of women. I have to ask myself, like, you don't know this guy. I realize there's things that you think that are attractive about guys, but you don't know him. It's kind of like, what are you, some kind of bimbo airhead or something? It's not an especially desirable woman for me in a romantic sense when I see that kind of crap on YouTube. Even no matter how well-meaning it is, I mean, sometimes it is understandable. I mean, Sean Connery, I suppose, is a handsome guy, or Jeff Goldblum, or whatever it is. I think a little of that's just fine, but comment after comment after comment? No. You skags can have a date with that guy. I don't give a crap. I don't want to have to sift through all that crap. No guy does. And heck, a lot of women don't want to either. So it's just, Anyway, people are saying in the comment section of this video things like, this was the best thing they've seen in a long time. They would pay money. They should pay money. They would pay money for this. It was movie theater quality. It was, time well spent. And it was, why can't we have more movies? Because it's kind of made like a movie. Well, you get the idea. People were very, very into this video. Well, I was thinking to myself as I read these comments, this is pathetic, man. People think that this movie, which albeit had a lot of production quality and it was very well thought out, very well acted, by the way. But it's essentially kind of like Ocean's 11, or it had to do with gambling, and the person that was watching it was the main character, and you were just kind of experiencing everything as it went by. And film noir or whatever, people seemed to be acting like this was like, I don't know, Superman or Indiana Jones or Princess Bride or Dances with Wolves or Titanic or or Gone with the Wind or it's a mad world or something. These great movies, right? People were acting like this was an amazing movie. This is the state of the world, apparently, United States, where we are so desperate to watch anything that's not B-budget, stupid stuff. Anyway, so if we refuse to be gluttons, if we refuse to be eating junk food all the time, if we refuse to buy into the political rhetoric, the mainstream media, if we refuse to kind of be sheepies, then I feel like we're being watched somehow. I think like it's a real deal. It's a real thing. If I am wrong, then someone needs to prove that to me somehow. Someone needs to prove I'm not being watched, monitored. Why am I not shot dead? Why can't the police just say, I'm a menace to society because I'm conservative or whatever? Why don't they just get rid of me? Because I'm not just going along with the status quo. Why can't they just do that? No, they have to hide behind the military. They have to hide behind all these organizations we know exist. Spineless cowards, man. Every single one of them. I'm probably making another video here. I wonder how many of you guys are experiencing similar things. I wish that the world wasn't so big in a way so we could all talk about this stuff. And most of the people I talk to on YouTube, by the way, or quite a few of them, they're not bad people. Sometimes they're annoying, but they're not bad people, most people. And there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion about what's actually happening in the world. Well, I kind of know kind of know what is happening. It's always more for them and less for us. And they're no friend of God. They're no friend of freedom. They're no friend of conservatives. That's what's happening. And they're no friend of being your own person. Not being subject to their tyranny. Okay, you guys take care. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.